My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're watching the Rasslin Rage YouTube show.
It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! Do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! We'll do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade! Do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade!
And now, Wrestling Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Bam! There we go. All right. So, welcome, Rasslin Rage, episode number 70. Here we are. Tonight, we'll be joined by the man known as AquaBruh Cyrus Satin. Now, before that, we are going to talk a little bit. However, I just want to say this guy, Mr. Joshua Harper, has made a return to Rasslin Rage. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Josh.
I'm glad to be here. I got to admit, when you said we'll be joined by the man, I was getting ready to go like this. I'm like, oh, no, he's not talking about me. So fought my ego just a little bit. But.
Before anything else, thank you for driving the other day when we went to Proving Ground. Because it was crazy out there. And I don't know if you probably need a couple Xannies after that, didn't you?
That was like, I went home and I'm like, I'm just going to chill for a minute. Just sat on the couch.
Yeah, because it was pretty nasty out there, So the Ragers and I, Josh is one of those guys, we all went to Proving Ground. And when we got out of Proving Ground, it was pretty nasty outside, and the roads were nasty. It was not fun at all. There was cars and trucks and everything in the ditch and cops everywhere. So thank you for driving. But we did make it down there. So last week, I had Alex on the show. This week, we're going to have Cyrus on. He's going to be joining us live all the way from Florida on Facebook Messenger here very shortly. So that's going to be some good stuff. Before we get into that interview, though, I want to make sure to let everybody know, please like this video. Big thumbs up. Smash it 100 times. A few million, whatever. Hello, everybody into the chat, by the way. Billy Ray, Mr. Mike Henry, Mr. DRC, Melissa, Danny Beals, who else we got in there? Taylor, Rebecca. If I missed any, just Mr. Worth, anybody else? Hello to everybody in there. Also, don't forget to scroll down into the description to find the donation link on there. Every dollar comes right back into this show. Matter of fact, the donations I received last week from the show, I put into a new promo. So I am waiting for a promo to come in shortly. So I don't know. It could be anywhere from a week to a month. You never know. So keep you guys guessing on that one because I'm not going to tell you. However, that's pretty cool. Also, while you're down there, you can click some of the Rasslin Rage affiliate links. There's a link down there for WWEshop.com. And there's also a link down there for Highspots.com. But you have to click those links. Don't just go to Highspots.com. Scroll down there. Click that link, go there, browse, and if you buy something, we will get a very small commission. Very small. But it works very good. Down where? Down in the description. Click the link, man. Down there. Get in there and get it done. All right. So, also, Rasslin Rage has T-shirts. By the way, another big thank you because you bought the new T-shirt.
Yeah.
So, you bought the comic book character Cody T-shirt, I guess you could say, whatever.
I got Wrestling Rage on a T-shirt
Yeah, you like that?
I had to do that.
Yeah.
I was telling Melissa I should get a picture of you wearing the T-shirt and have that put on a T-shirt. So then it's Wrestling Rage T-shirt on a T-shirt
Oh,
on a T-shirt.
Lord. It's like a never-ending thing. So, yeah, definitely. But our T-shirts, or my T-shirts, or Rasslin Rage's T-shirts, we have two spots right now, but one right now where you can get these two specific T-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. So check this out. Rasslin Rage T-shirts are available on ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. Just click the link in the description to visit our store on Pro Wrestling Tees website. Every shirt is 100% cotton and available in sizes up to 5X. Show your love for Rasslin Rage and get yours today. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. ProWrestlingTees.com / Rasslin Rage. Go down there, or get in there, you can get those. But also, if you go down there and you click the donation link, you can click the merch store. The link comes up here from time to time in the chat. But if you go to the merch store, you can also get the limited edition Rasslin Rage T-shirts. Those are only available on that Streamlabs merch store. You can also get a Rasslin Rage coffee mug if you'd like, if you so choose to do so. But listen. If before you do go to ProWrestlingTees.com / Rasslin Rage, hey, I got to put it out there, I got to pump it. Maybe I got to promo it. But listen, maybe you don't want to pay that shipping, right? You don't want to pay the shipping.
The shipping is the killer.
Yeah,
that's
the shipping.
$20 for a shirt, $19.95 plus your firstborn for shipping.
Yeah, so you get shipping. Maybe you don't want to pay the shipping. Let me know. Send me a message, and I'm gonna place a very big order for T-shirts. There's a few people that have already told me they want T-shirts. That they're added to that order because I'm already going to make a set order, but they're going to be added to that. So if you want T-shirts and you don't want to pay that shipping charge and you just want to pay the $20 flat rate, you get a hold of me. You let me know what size you need, and I'm going to put that in. Okay. You're going to have to send me that in a message, bro, so I can remember that. Because you're going to tell me on here, I got so many things going on. You have no idea. I literally pulled in the driveway as he pulled in behind me. I'm coming from Detroit. If you guys didn't know, I went and sat down in line for a very, 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 very long time and got Seth Rollins' autograph on a Elite that I showed off on the show, and then I had an 8x10 as well that I got the autograph on. And so, yeah. So here I am, and it's only Quentin and Jacob. What is Q and Jacob on their mom's phone or something? That's what I'm thinking has happened right here on this chat.
Well, I'm thinking it's because I said it's your firstborn for shipping and handling, so you can only get one T-shirt that way.
But yeah, so it was literally like I am literally just right out of my car in the house, start turning stuff on, let's go. Right? That's basically it was
45 or 46 when you got out of the car.
Yeah, so yeah, it was one of those things. Hey, wrestling! What's going on, Sean? Nice to see you. So definitely get a hold of me if you want that. And like I said, we got those limited edition ones. Don't forget, Rasslin Rage has Facebook and Twitter. Okay, Rasslin Rage at Rasslin Rage for Facebook and at Rasslin Rage for Twitter. With Twitter though, it's capital R's. Like and subscribe everything on YouTube. So like everything and then subscribe, right? R2YouTube.com. And then there's also a website, RasslinRage.com. Also good stuff. Gilbert is going to win, boys. Gilbert, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? So I have to call my man, Cyrus Satin here. Hopefully he's ready. We're going to give him a ring. But while I do that, this guy's going to ad-lib some stuff. What are we going to talk about? What are you going to talk about?
Now, you know what? You had to talk smack about Gilbert, so I think that's going to have to be what I talk about.
Oh, no.
I've been hustling this show so much at work. I'm kind of surprised I'm not getting in trouble with my own HR. But I've been telling people, well, Gilbert's going to be there. Goldberg's going to be there? No, not Goldberg. Gilbert. I've been showing videos to people, be like, this is Goldberg. Oh, man, I remember Gilbert. That's fantastic. Well, come on down and see him. I'm trying to get as many people down there as I can, and whenever I do get people to come down, I tell them there's 3 rules for coming to at the indie show, specifically BWCW. I think this should be a rule for everyone, though. Rule number 1 is be hype. The more hype you are, the more energy you give the wrestlers, the more energy the wrestlers can give you. So be hype, don't be quiet, don't just sit there. Be up and about, be excited, and they'll make sure they pay you back for being excited. That's the best rule number 1. Rule number 2, for BWCW shows, it's a family event. You get a lot of little kids that are there, so don't swear too much. I'm not saying you can't swear. People still swear all the time. But just don't teach them new swear words that they're not hearing at home.
Yeah, you'll definitely hear that down in a city show. And that's for sure.
Rule number 3, and this is bar none the most important rule that I tell every person. Do not root for Twinkie Power. Boo them as loud as possible.
Oh, why do you say that?
Because it's Twinkie Power, and I'm not sure if you've ever been able to pick up on this before, but I hate them. So,
Why do you hate Twinkie Power?
I didn't know for a long time, and it was actually when I brought my friend over to his first show, and he's like, well, yeah, you hate them. They throw Twinkies. I'm like, okay, what's that got to do with anything about it? When I was in high school, there was a bully that kept throwing Twinkies at me from across the cafeteria. So I think I just kind of like had flashbacks when they started throwing Twinkies at me. I'm like, nope, I don't like these guys. So
it's a deep-seated hate.
It's a deep-seated hate. They just awoken something in me.
Do you get this knot that like when that happens and you're like you're angry and just
I kind of feel it's like a Gargamel and the Smurfs thing. Like, because for a long time I didn't even know why I hated them so much. I'm like, when they get in the ring, they're entertaining. They always do amazing matches. They get the fans engaged in it. Why do I want to boo them so bad?
Right.
And that's what it is. I think about it a lot. It keeps me up at night.
He's not answering. So, I don't know. So, we're just going to continue on, and when he's ready, he'll get to me. That's usually how these things go, right?
It's worth the build-up.
Yeah, definitely. So
he's one of the best indie wrestlers. He's a busy man.
You
got to give him time.
Right. So since we're waiting, we'll just go ahead. We'll go right into indies. I'll hit this indies thing, and we'll go into indies, and we'll wait for this dude to give us a call, right? All right, so big show Sunday. But before we talk about Sunday, we're going to talk about XICW Proving Ground, Season 6, Episode 2. We were down there in Warren at the Hot Rocks Cafe, I believe it's called. And me, Mr. Danny Beals, Mr. Weir, and Josh's wife. We were all down there. We had the VIP, which is a very awesome experience when you're there. It was a great show.
It was a great show.
I had a lot of fun. I always have a great time when I'm down there. It was definitely something. And the main event was different, and we got to see Alex. We got to see a different side of Alex that we don't necessarily get to see all the time. I like that side personally myself. Right. I like the more aggressive, F-bomb dropping Alex Weir.
It was very shocking the first time I saw it, just because this is so not what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But I do deeply appreciate everything he's doing. Like you said, it's a more aggressive, in-your-face Alex, but it's still the phenomenal moves. You're still getting the jaw-dropping performance. The finale of the main event was crazy. Everything that... Whenever you get MM3 and Alex in the same ring, whether they're tag teaming together, whether they're against each other, they could probably cut promos for other wrestlers, and it still end up being one of the best.
That's probably one of the best ways I've heard it put so far. They could probably cut a promo for somebody else and be good. That's different. I like that. That's a good one. That's the wrong one. It was a good one, and we saw Briar Wellington and his tag team partner, his rookie Whopper Jr. Their match, and they were eliminated. So who knows? But that was kind of fun to watch. We got to watch Mongo again, and
that was deeply torn.
Jack Price got to go. With his guy, and it wasn't a bad show. And the main, like I said, them Monroe guys, man, they got some really deep-seated family issues, man.
But it makes for an amazing show.
It does, and they're all involved. People, all of a sudden, so the Monroes get in the ring, and then all of a sudden, all these people come out from somewhere, right?
All of them,
all out of nowhere.
Yeah,
all these people, and they're all surrounding the ring, and it's family members that are just mad, right? They're mad,
right?
And they're
normally at MM3,
right? But. Yeah, and they're yelling obscenities at MM3, and they're yelling at Alex, and and the crowd there hates Alex. You know what I mean? They don't like them very much down there. So it's a little different for us because we're used to the blue water. But it's definitely a good show, and I always recommend it for people to take to go to.
Right.
But definitely think about what you're going to expose your kid to before that. Like, you know, if you're a highly conservative type person and don't like a lot of swear words, that's probably not going to be a place to bring your kid.
Maybe just put big, you know, they can still enjoy the show, but put big earmuffs on.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
just
not a
hold
lot
your
of.
ears the whole
It's
time.
not like a hardcore, you know, violence and blood type thing either. Where because I've heard that a lot, where people, oh man, you know, I heard they're kind of extreme down there, and I'm like, the most extreme I've seen down there was the DBA MM3 fight.
Which one?
The first one with the
The
fans
one
bring
in
the
the cage,
weapons.
or the fans bring the weapons.
Fans brings
or,
the weapons. Yeah. So that wasn't, you know, and that wasn't that bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good match, but I mean, there wasn't a lot of that blood
Now,
and guts.
what
and
I would
gore.
absolutely love, especially with Easter coming up, I would just love a video of watching the Monroe family have Easter dinner. Like, they wake up in the morning, they go to church, and they have a lovely afternoon, and then have Easter dinner together, and then probably one of them gets put through the table. I would
Right.
just love to watch that little interaction there, you
Right.
know?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So it was a really good time. I had a blast, and I highly, you know, we're not going to be able to go to the next show because that's the day that Weaponized and Mr. Weir and Miss Taylor all get promoted to Master. So I will be there for that, and you know, that's one of those things where, you know, you want to go to the wrestling show, but you can't. You know, you have to do other things. Things take priority sometimes. Well, and so Jason Worth there says my kids love it, and I get your kids love it, but not everybody is you, right? So, wow, Rebecca, this has got to be the kids because they're saying MM3 sucks. It has to be. I guarantee that's probably Q. Because Q thinks
Maybe
that
she really doesn't like MM3.
you know, he doesn't. He told him he's trash. He told MM3 he's trash.
Oh, that was okay.
That's
yeah,
Q.
that's
Q.
I told people at work about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you got to come to these shows. This little
Yeah.
kid got in a wrestler's face.
Yeah, definitely a good time. When I videotaped it, and it is on YouTube. So Sunday, Blue Water Championship Wrestling returns to the American Legion Post 8 in downtown Port Huron. Gilbert will be making his Blue Water Championship Wrestling debut. I'm not a big fan of Gilbert personally. I mean, I know you're kind of like, you know.
No, I'm excited. I'm really.
Are you
excited
holding
for
a
Gilbert.
firecracker or whatever it is?
No, I'm not.
I mean, it
but
should be a Roman candle, and they all should shoot him at Gilbert.
That'd actually probably be pretty cool. Like, I'm excited for him to be there, but I'd be okay with just like, you know, whoever he's facing, when that person comes out, we'll shoot Roman candles at them, have them dodge the fireballs. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't think we do that inside though. Sparklers, we might be able to get away with.
Yeah,
but-
I definitely, it's something, and it's not something I'm going to do. Now, what sucks is Justin Maine was supposed to take on Atlas Hightower for the Blue Water Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, but according to reports on Facebook, Justin Maine's Facebook, he's reported that he is out with an injury. So looks like we got some rewrites, I guess you could say, or
All right.
some redos. Who would you like to see? Because obviously Atlas Hightower is coming, and so who would you like to see Atlas Hightower take on? And you know, I do know that we have some wrestling executives in the chat, or they were earlier, so we might even get some match announcements. You never know, some new match
Right.
announcements. But I do know that most people won't know the new matches until tomorrow. That I've been told. So, however, you never know. We might get something. But who would you like to see Atlas Hightower take on the Blue Water Championship Wrestling roster, other than Justin Maine, who is out with the injury?
I mean, my gut reaction is always to go with Alex. Whenever it's who would I like to see in a match at BWCW, it's always going to be Alex. But he's already in the match with Judy Threat against his Cody Hawk and Shauna Reed.
Right.
So, man, I don't know. A lot of the people I instantly go to are already going to be in the matches. So,
Dan Beal says he'd like to see Blake, but Blake's got a match.
Right.
Yeah, Blake's got, who's he going? It's in here. I forget who it is. Not Chase Solo. It's Keith Cream. Keith Cream. That's a heck of a name, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your face said it all. But
we're going to get a surprise entrant since Justin can't be there. It's going to be the Hurricane.
The Hurricane.
There we go. The Hurricane.
The
versus
Hurricane.
Atlas Hightower. See if he can knock the building down.
MM3 against Atlas would be nice. EMB's got a match against Gilbert, so can't be EMB. Edible Michael Barnes is taking on Gilbert, so we're going to have to do something.
Well, when Gilbert beats EMB in a whole 5 seconds, then he can take on Hightower after that.
Yeah,
I have a twofer match.
Atlas, I like Atlas, and I'd like to. There's no guys on his height level that are in the roster,
Right.
You know, unless you go back to guys that have previously wrestled in Blue Water, and you know they're not on the current roster where
Right.
they're booked on the shows now, but they always could be, you know. But Atlas, this Atlas and Justin Maine, that was going to be a good match. I mean, I was thoroughly excited when that was announced because that was definitely going to be good.
Well, I mean, if he gets the cast the rest of the way up his arm, he could go Cowboy Bob Orton on this. Just go into the ring and use that as his thing for the next 2 years. Just beat people with the cast.
Yeah. The card is, well, no kidding. Thank you for the education. We appreciate it there, Worth.
I thought it was set in stone.
Me too. I thought, Fred Flintstone got out there and chiseled it away. But then Blake faces Keith Cream. Now, I haven't seen Keith Cream in Blue Water Championship Wrestling. I did look him up a little bit and checked out a few videos online. But Blake didn't win the Blue Water Championship title against Justin Maine. But I saw a side of Blake that I haven't seen before, and he's real hungry. He is very hungry, and both those guys. If you watched the match, and then after the match, you've seen Justin Maine. After the match, Justin Maine, he went. Blake took him to the distance, man.
He really did.
Because Blake, when Justin got out of that ring, man, he was tired. He was tired, and you could tell.
When they announced that match, I thought, okay, I mean that's going to be a thing, and that ended up being one of the best matches of the night.
Match announcement: Rising Star triple threat match. So the Blake match is out the window. Oh my goodness! Alex Weir versus Blake versus Nolan Edwards.
Wow. That's going to be
exciting.
All right. I don't actually think you need a ring for that. All three of them don't really stay both feet on the mat for that long.
Right, yeah.
That's just going to be up in the air the entire... That's kicks, flips, and turnbuckles.
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
It's going to be a good match, though.
I'm definitely all for
excited for that.
But who do we cheer for? Well, you know who I'm cheering for. I'm always biased when it comes to things like that. I'm going right for Alex.
But Nolan Edwards is so good. Oh man,
I agree, but I'm biased.
And you just got the shirt.
I'm biased.
You got the shirt though.
I got an Alex shirt too.
The reverse pile driver.
I have an Alex shirt too.
But your Alex shirt's dirty.
Yeah.
And your Nolan shirt's new.
It's dirty, but it's new. It's dirty, but it's new. I don't know, man, what's going on here. I'm not hearing back from him. I don't know what's going on. I had just talked to him before we started the show.
Maybe he got recruited by AEW. He might be on.
He
might be on the phone right now.
Breaking news! Breaking news. But there, now he's messaging me back. Thank you. All right. Let's talk. Kid Bullet, Chase Solo.
Kid Bullet's going to be taking on Chase Solo. Now, we haven't really gotten to see Chase Solo in the BWCW yet, but he has been dropping promos on Facebook. He seems like he's going to be pretty good in the ring. I know Kid Bullet he's fun to watch. He I try to cheer for him. Every time he gets into the ring, I want to cheer for him. I try to cheer for him. And then he specifically makes it a point to irritate me to a point where I'm not allowed to cheer for him. Just gets right in my face. So I'll probably do the same thing. He's going to come out to the ring. I'm going to start chanting Kid Bully.
Yeah.
And then it's just not going to work. So
So now we have... Wow. So now we're told that Karam is making his return.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that should be very interesting. And he's been out for a while. Will he still be part of the Rising Star division, or are we seeing him go somewhere else within the organization? So
anywhere he goes.
Billy Ray Daniels versus Jet Rebel is still going down. Which business is about to pick up. That's right. So, Billy Ray, you know where I'm going with this. I'm biased. Billy Ray Daniels.
I'm biased. I got to go with Billy Ray Daniels.
Billy Ray Daniels. I'm biased. I got to go Billy Ray Daniels.
He's fantastic in the ring. Every time I've seen him, he's better than the last time I saw him.
Right.
Even the times where, last week we saw him at XICW.
Yep.
And I guarantee you this week is going to be a better BRD than the one that we saw last week. And the one that we saw last week was better than the one that we saw last month. Every time he gets in the ring, he's better.
So I would like everybody to pay attention to Rebecca Paul's post. By the way, that is not actually Rebecca. That's probably her son, Q, along with Jacob, former guests on Rasslin Rage. And they specifically say that MM3 sucks. Now, that is not me saying these things. That is those young children right there. So,
and truth comes from the mouth of babes.
That's hilarious. So you got Kid Bullet over Chase Solo.
I have to go. Well, right now I'm going to say Kid Bullet over Chase Solo. 2 minutes into the match, I'm probably going to change sides. So
yeah. Now Chase Solo has done a little work for CWAI out of Ohio. I looked a little bit of it up, seen some of his matches and some of his promo work. Looks not too bad to me, so it should be interesting to see what we get out of here. And then, like we said, we got Billy Ray over Jet Rebel. And, BRD's fresh off a win over James Alexander at the last Blue Water show. He's on a high, but Rebel's eager to prove himself. So I'm always biased, like I said, Billy Ray, and Billy Ray.
All day, every day.
All day.
We're talking about the man that should be the tag team champion all on his own.
Yeah, all day.
If there was a way that he could tag himself in,
right,
that would be what's going on. Now, I know he said a few episodes ago in Rasslin Rage that he was going to be saying what's going on with his tag team matches, because right now he doesn't have a tag team partner in BWCW. So I'm interested to see what might be going on with that,
As you can hear, I'm making a phone call. Here he is. All right, hey, what's up? Hold on 1 minute, bro. All right, so I got to bring him into over here so everybody can see him. And I didn't even think about this. What am I going to do? So, yeah. All the way. Look, he's so happy,
I'm happy.
Right, so I'm going to bring this over here like this so everybody can see him. Everybody should be able to see you. You probably won't. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. Good. You probably won't be able to see me, and I apologize for that, Cyrus. But so welcome back to Rasslin Rage. Oh, you know what? We got to turn this on. There we go. All right. So again, thank you so much for coming back on Rasslin Rage, joining us all the way from that nice warm state of Florida. I am a little jelly. I got to tell you. How you liking it down there, by the way?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's just our, so if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, about everything down there in Florida and everything that's been going on with you, because, it's kind of been a while since we've really got to talk to you. the last time you were on Rasslin Rage, you were on your way or getting ready to head down to Florida. So how the hell are you? First of all, let's just go there. How you doing?
No, I'm doing good. Everything's good. Still AquaBruh. Still trying.
Still trying?
Yeah.
Tell me what's different about the wrestling scene in Florida compared to here in Michigan.
Just the people. In all honesty, like, yeah, like you get the same kind of desire, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As far as like guys who want to make it, especially with as much that's going on with wrestling right now, like, but just the faces, in all honesty.
Yeah. Are there things that you like better about Florida than, say, Michigan, or Michigan than Florida? Obviously, the weather.
Yeah, I mean, and it was just like a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like going to Florida, like especially with ACW, there's a show every week. Like it was a place where, like, you know what I'm saying, I got to start new. I got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in Michigan, after a while, like I was trying to impress people so much that like I was losing sight of what I was really trying to do. Where like in Florida right now, I'm having a lot of fun. So.
And that's good, because you really have to do that to enjoy what you do, right? That's got to feel really good to enjoy it, rather than feel like it's a job. So more say, you know. What's your training schedule like now? I mean, I know you're on Proving Ground every Wednesday for ACW down there. So like, what's your training schedule like now?
I mean, you're always training. You know, a lot of film stuff. I do a lot of film stuff more than because I'm constantly moving. So, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, it's like you try to get in there as much as possible.
Right on. So
sorry, like in all honesty, bro, like to be honest with you, like I should be in the gym a lot more, and it's something that like it's something that people like Frankie Castle and like my buddy Alex, like that they get on me about, you know what I'm saying? And so like I don't want to sit here and tell you that like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I don't do as much as I should be.
Right. So, dude, you're up to 5 Evolve appearances now, which is amazing. But that has to feel really cool. And now I know that I've been at least 2 now. I think I know 1 for sure, and that had to feel amazing and feel really good. Does it feel like the hard work pays off when them type of things happen?
Oh yeah, no, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point. That was the whole point of leaving, was to try to earn spots on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I'm saying?
Right
now, Evolve's a pretty big stage to be noticed on. So
definitely
just keep plugging away.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So last time we seen you on a show, you were here. You were supposed to face Pillman. He was injured. You went against Atlas Hightower. Now you're down there.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to start basically from the bottom, right? You had to start from the bottom and work your way up. What's it been like for you to start at the bottom and work up?
You know what I'm saying? I failed a lot. I got a lot of opportunities, but like I wasn't capitalizing on anything. But as of lately, I've been teaming with a guy named Jason Falcone, and that's Mr. Opportunity, and together we are the Golden Opportunity. And it's been a different story. We didn't win the tag belts, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot more positive than what was going on for me last year. But like I said, like it was a new place, so I wasn't necessarily disappointed with what was going on. I was just learning on the fly. So
but it's definitely paying off, right? I mean, because
Yeah,
obviously,
definitely.
You got just this Wednesday, you were in the main event with your tag team partner, and that's got to feel pretty awesome too,
Yeah, and then tomorrow is ACW's Luck of the Irish, so you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, Luck of the Irish. That sounds like a good time. So you worked your way from the bottom all the way up, and you're with you're with a new partner, Jason Falcone.
Mm-hmm.
You like you said, it's very rewarding. I've never really seen you up until now do any tag work other than when you were in a different tag team. It's been a while since you've done tag team work. What's it like now for you doing tag work?
It's different. Like, it's kind of like I said, like, come down here, it got to the point where I started realizing I had to have fun again. And when I started taking it too serious down here, I started losing really quick. And Jason was a guy that was also struggling a little bit. And so in the back of the locker room, he was just somebody that I would consistently talk to. So before stepping in the ring with him and trying to win, like, I'd already like kind of trusted him from like talking to him in the back, you know what I'm saying? That like I knew I can go for him. I knew that we were going for the same things. So that I knew that like getting in the ring, like we had the same like wants. And we were trying to achieve the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. So you're down there, you're in Florida, and you are still currently the Blue Water Championship Wrestling Rising Star title holder for Blue Water Championship Wrestling here. I don't know about anyone else, but I've seen some exchanges on social media between Blake and yourself. What can you elaborate a little bit on what's going on between you and Blake?
I mean, like, nothing. I made the mistake of making a comment that I probably shouldn't make, and then he made a comment back, and now it's to the point where like he just wants to consistently talk, and I just consistently making the mistake of saying something back to him. But it's more so just that like Blake is in the same position that like Alex was, you know what I'm saying, this time last year, where like he thinks that he thinks people like him because of what he can do in the ring, when that's not the case. They like him because of how vulnerable he makes himself to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's basically like Alex reincarnated, but even worse. And so like, I don't know, he's just annoying. I shouldn't pay attention to him, but I do for some reason.
Yeah. So you're down there. When can we expect to see Cyrus back in the big state of Michigan for the ride? I want to see this. I want to see. What I really want to see is I really want to see that match with Brian Pillman Jr. But
yeah, let's be honest. That's probably the next time I'm going to be back. Like, we're trying to set it up. Like, people always say, "Oh, he doesn't come back." Like, I don't choose not to come back. Like, I'm not the booker. It's just that they didn't ask me to come back yet. But when I come back, I'm gonna come back, and hopefully it'll be a good time. But yeah, we're trying to set up Pillman again. So.
Well, and that would be a great match, and I definitely would like that match. Josh, you got something you want to say?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who he's. I'd love to see him face Pillman, but if you come back to Michigan and you fight Pillman, you're gonna beat Pillman and go back to Florida with the belt again, because there's not much you can throw in front of him that he's not gonna wreck.
Anybody that hands this guy a mic is in for a bad time.
And that's one of the best things. Right. That's what attracted me to him in the first place. He got in the ring and he started talking smack to people. I'm like, I like this guy. Well, and for everyone that's on the Cyrus Satin bandwagon, we all miss you. But as one of the drivers, I really miss you, and I can't wait to see you back here. But I really enjoy watching the matches that you've been posting on Facebook. It's probably one of the few things I make it a point to watch, because I don't get to see you here. So you post it, I watch it. You post it, I watch it. So thanks for making it so that we can keep up with you even when you're not here.
Yeah, no, I miss you, Josh, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So I just want to I want to say thank you for allowing us this time with you, because I know you're busy. You got a lot going on down there. With with ACW and some of the other organizations that you're working with, and like you said, you're studying the tape and doing a lot of video work. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again, buddy. We met, like Josh said, we miss you up here, and I know you're doing your thing, but hopefully sooner than later we get to see you back up here, man.
All right.
Have a good night, bud.
Enjoy the warm weather and be happy that you're not in snow.
I'm gonna try to.
All right, see
Take
you,
care,
buddy.
you guys.
Yep, have a good one. All right, gotta do that. Here we go.
I don't know how you can see that man smiling, not just instantly be like, no, this is my favorite person ever.
All right, I guess where are we at? There we are. We made it back. Okay, and then I gotta turn this back off. So, thank you, Cyrus. Yeah, so Cyrus joined us. Good stuff, all the way from Florida. So I'm glad we got everything to work out, and he was able to join us. And now we'll continue on. So we know a couple matches now. You're gonna be there Sunday, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
got to be there front row center with my bullhorn. I got a bunch of people coming from work, so I might end up having to set up like a whole USF section.
That's great. That's awesome. Hopefully they're not Gilbert fans. And then, but it's definitely going to be a great show, and I hope that everybody can show up. There's very minimum tickets left. The last time that I seen, and what was left is only going to be available at the door when you come in. I don't think that, or you might be able to get into the bar at American Legion and get some.
I bought my tickets at the last show.
You
I really enjoy the fact that now, at least with the last show, when they said, hey, well, we're going to have tickets available at the show, I just
Right.
went, oh, okay, cool.
Now,
I'm going to be here.
Usually in the indie section, we talk about a whole bunch of shows, but this week, because we're pressed, we did an interview and there's a little bit more time, we'll talk about other shows next week. So we only had, because, we got 10 minutes, and, whatever, till 9 o'clock. So we're going to go into a very condensed version of All the Rage.
All
But
right.
I'm sure we got some things we could talk about. All the Rage is where we talk about the news, right? We talk about wrestling news, rumors, stuff like that. I try to stay away from dirt sheet, like rumor stuff, but
That's where all the fun is.
sometimes it depends. So when we come back, we're going to talk All the Rage. All right. Sometimes I think I have ADHD because sometimes, or ADD, because sometimes like I'll hit that button and then I know that I have to go back to the live scene and I get lost in other stuff and want to do something else.
Ooh, butterfly.
Yeah. Ooh, bone. All right. So, anyways, WWE announced Honky Tonk Man will be inducted into the WWE's version of the Hall of Fame.
Now-
Notice I say WWE's version.
Right.
But yes, he will go into the Hall of Fame.
I love the Honky Tonk Man, but Santino Marella ruined it for me years ago. Every time I see that on screen, my brain automatically goes, Honka Tonka Man. I can't say it any other way. Santino Marella, when he was doing the Honka Tonka Man countdown, ruined that for me a long time ago.
That's awesome.
Way after I forget why, I'll still say it that way.
That was some good stuff, bro. I got all this phone stuff going on. So, yeah, definitely good stuff. Now, here's a good one. Did you hear about this? Sunny was arrested again. She was drunk driving again.
But Sonny can be in the Hall of Fame. China can't be in the Hall of Fame.
She's going to be.
But DX is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So Sonny, didn't she get arrested right after they put her in the Hall of Fame? Like it was like 2 weeks after. And now she's getting arrested for drunk driving, but China can't be in there because of what her and another consenting adult did.
On camera for everyone to see.
For other consenting adults to see.
Well, hey, listen. She is. There was a warrant issued for her arrest in the state of Pennsylvania because there's some conflicting stories. Either she's on parole or she's on probation, one of the two. But she has a warrant out because she's supposed to be paying fines and restitution, and she's not. So there was a warrant issued for her arrest. On top of, she was pulled over for drinking and driving again. So, and she was in the state of New Jersey, and she's currently in lockup right now.
I think the most important thing to take away from this is don't drink and drive.
Amen to that stuff.
If you're someone that the internet might talk about, seriously, don't drink and drive. Right. If you feel like driving, don't drink. Take a taxi, take an Uber, take a bus, walk, ride a bike.
Do they still have alert cab around here?
Only for like when they have the big days, like for a pub crawl or boat night or
sucks.
fourth. Yeah.
Alert cab was probably one of the smartest thing they've done. You know what I mean?
Well, I know at least in Port Huron when they have pub crawl and boat night and everything, the buses are free. The city pays for half the taxi prices on everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's
it used
no
to be the
excuse to
bars.
do
It used to be the bars used to cover half your tab up to $10 of your whatever,
right.
your fee, whatever you want to call it.
Or there's Uber or Lyft or
Lyft.
Call a
We have
friend.
Lyft here. Or call a friend. That's a good one.
I don't know how many friends have called me at 2 a.m. and it's, hey, I need a ride. Well, I'm gonna yell at you for waking me up at 2 a.m. But I'd rather take you.
So let me see. Well, we don't have Uber here. Don't they have enough money to get an Uber? I would think she does. I mean, well, and she was booked on a show like today or something like that. She's in jail, so she can't make it.
Well, I mean, you're a former WWE superstar. You're in the Hall of Fame. If she would have stood up at that bar and said, "Hey, someone want to drive me to my hotel. Someone want to take me home. Like, I'll sign an autograph."
Yeah.
Someone would have said, "Yeah, okay."
Right. Now the Hardy Boys have reunited on SmackDown. They defeated the Bar. Good stuff, huh?
The Hardy Boys are one of my favorite tag teams of all time.
You know, does that mean that Matt Hardy is re-signing with WWE?
It definitely means that they're trying to keep them happy.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that. I like Matt Hardy. I really do. I have nothing bad to say about the Hardy Boys. Sitting with other wrestling fans today for a long time. There was a lot of talk of the abandonment of the Woken gimmick, right? Which is a adaptation of the Broken gimmick that was in Impact. I think that would be a really dumb idea to totally abandon the Woken gimmick and go strictly retro Hardy Boys.
Well, I know he said in the interview that it's not that he's no longer Woken, it's that he knows how to control it better. So it might end up being something like Finn Balor doesn't bring the demon out that often. Maybe he doesn't bring out Woken Matt Hardy, but I need him for this match, so he comes out in the coat and everything.
I don't know, man. I don't like it. I would rather see the full on Broken gimmick, Brother Nero, the whole nine. That's just me though. You know, in the Hardy compound, the whole thing.
Well, I mean, when someone's looking at retirement, though, a lot of times they go back with the traditional stuff. But, I mean, I don't think we're going to see him jumping off a ladder and anything like he used to. At least I hope not.
Breaking news, Cyrus Satin will be on the card for Sunday. Oh. Did you hear that?
What?
Are you flying him in right now? He's in Florida. He just called in from Florida. What's going on here? What? No way. I'm calling him. What's up?
Didn't we just get done saying, when are you coming back? And he's not like, oh, hey.
It's all right. Yeah.
So now I want Cyrus to face Gilbert. One versus everyone. Cyrus versus... And I'll still cheer for him the entire time.
Oh, I would too. I'm going to. Definitely.
Well, now I'm upset I'm wearing my Cyrus shirt today.
So wash it. Go home and use the washer.
A what?
The washer, man. Wash the Cyrus shirt.
That just makes too much sense.
Well, you know, with the ploy, he's flying in Sunday, he says. That's crazy. Oh, man. So, flying in Sunday. Madison Rain. This was kind of weird to me. This was different. Madison Rain has been granted her release from Ring of Honor. And she was signed with Ring of Honor in September of 2018. Apparently, she was unhappy with her character, the creative direction of her character, and she has re-signed with Impact Wrestling in a multi-year deal.
Wow.
Yeah, like
I didn't even know they were still doing contracts. I thought it was just kind of like, hey, show up and we'll pay you. Like,
right. Cyrus versus Atlas Hightower. That would be a good one.
I mean, we saw that we don't get Cyrus that often.
Yeah.
Cyrus he's the Cadbury egg of wrestling right now. We don't get him that often. We need to enjoy it while we have him.
Yeah.
When are we ever going to get to see Cyrus versus Gilbert?
Right. So, Bruce Pritchard, also known as Brother Love, has signed on to a senior role. And according to some reports, Vince's right-hand man on WWE's creative team.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
It is cool. Will this be the upswing that WWE needs for ratings and for a better product? In my opinion, anyways.
I don't think so, because the people that are under him are still the people that are under him. And the person that's above him is still the person that's above him. We're talking about someone that's solidly in the middle management. Even if you're a high-ranking middle management, you're still answering to the dude above, and it's the people that are below that are doing most of the work. It's the writers. It's most of the others, lower producers, are the ones that are doing all the stuff. So I don't think it's going to change too much. I might be wrong. I'd hope to be wrong. Every week I start watching the clips of Raw, and I hope I missed an awesome episode. Maybe I need to watch it next week.
And then you realize you didn't.
I click on it and people go, man, this episode sucked. And I went, okay, well, I'm glad instead I played video games.
Did you watch any of Raw? Did you watch any clips or anything?
I did watch the Roman thing.
Roman, and I watched. It was on TV and it was going on, but I wasn't actively watching. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And I listened to Roman. I heard some other things, and then I really there was only two things that I tuned in for: Roman and Ric Flair's birthday celebration, because I knew something was going to happen. I did no way, and they did. Something happened. Batista come back.
Right. Wrestling's like Game of Thrones. You can't be happy. Anytime you're happy, something bad is going to happen immediately.
So I knew something was going to happen. I just wanted to see what it was. And I got to give WWE some props on this one. They actually surprised me.
Right. There was no Batista's in town.
No, I didn't even, even with when they did the thing in the ring and he was in there and he kind of shot on Triple H that in the ring that time, and talking about it, there was no inclination that he was going to come back at any time.
Right.
And I think they did a really good job of surprising everybody. I think that was probably one of the better things they've done recently, even though I don't think that I'm looking extremely forward to a Triple H Batista match. I think that whole segment right there was very well done. It was very well done. It was a big surprise. And I was like, oh man, that's Batista. That's cool. Even though I'm not I like Batista, but I'm, whatever. I do have his autograph on the wall.
Right.
But I just, I thought it was very well done.
And part of it's, you can enjoy the build-up and not enjoy the match.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
And the fact that, especially in this day and age with the internet, and everyone has a friend who is a writer, who's backstage, that's a producer, whatever. There's always so many rumors about what's going on. To just have something come out of left field like that was really nice. But
right, yeah. I'm not excited about the match.
Right.
It's just the same as I wasn't excited about Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. I wasn't excited about that at all. You know, I still yet have not watched that match.
I had to. Undertaker's my all-time favorite.
Yeah, I still have not watched that match.
I'm honestly, every time I see him in the ring, I'm kind of afraid it's going to be the time that we watch him die. So every time, like, he takes the bump, I'm like, no, don't. Okay. All right, cool. Please get up. Just move your foot. You took that hit. I just need to know you're okay.
Now, one of my favorite characters in wrestling today. Hey, Cyrus, what's happening? He's in the chat now. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Cyrus. Yeah, apparently you're flying into Port Huron on Sunday, and you're going to be on the card. So welcome back to Port Huron. But anyways, one of my favorite characters in wrestling today has signed a new 2-year deal with Impact Wrestling. I'm a big fan of Rosemary. I don't know about you. I don't know if you know anything about Rosemary. But I really like her character. I really liked it in the beginning when she was with, when she used to come out with Abyss and Crazy Steve and those guys. Decay was their name. But she sold her character very well. She's like this, she's not the undead bride like Sue Young, but she paints her face up where she's got like this weird skull looking thing, and she's cut her like pretend cuts, and it'll say weird things on her, and and she walks out like she's a zombie, and dude, it's not like but like the stiff legs, it's really cool. You should check it out. And she signed she's been out most of 2018 because she tore her ACL. And then now she's back, and she wrestled under her independent name for Blue Water Championship Wrestling in Richmond years ago.
Man. It kills me because people are always like, oh yeah, years ago in Blue Water Championship Wrestling. And I just sit here because I have a friend from work who is the one that ultimately told me about Blue Water Championship Wrestling. And he's like, oh yeah, I've been going there for years. And now whenever someone's like, oh, yeah, this person did it way back when, I always just want to hit them and be like, why did you wait so long to tell me there was wrestling in town? You know, I didn't know, and he didn't say anything. It's not like it's just a hidden fact that I'm a wrestling fan. Like,
wrestling fans don't hide it very well.
No, they don't. And I'm a nerd on top of that. I have people that come up to me, and it's like, you like wrestling and
I'm
comic
a closet
books.
nerd.
Oh,
does that make sense? Like, like I didn't come out of my nerd closet until I was like in my 30s.
Okay, so you were like, yeah, you know, cars.
Yeah, I'm a big tough guy.
I
work on cars and I get dirty.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, dude. I didn't come out of the nerd closet until
Oh, I've been out and proud for a long time. Actually, I took when me and my wife were still dating. We went to a Comic-Con and she blew like $400.
Yeah.
Like she went from, what's this? And I showed her a few comics, and we went to a Comic-Con together, and she blew $400. I'm like, this is the woman I'm marrying.
That's awesome.
Because it's not even a thing.
You guys
like, I can't spend that money.
You guys have a great relationship, though.
Yeah,
you guys, she goes to wrestling shows with you.
She
tags along with us to not tag along, but she hangs out with us at Proving Ground.
Right.
And she's just like, don't take this the wrong way, Melissa, but you're just like another one of the guys. You know what I mean?
Did you hear the stuff she was saying to Jamie?
Yeah.
She gets mean. Like, it was like I'm gloating about it. I'm going to work and telling people you got to go to a wrestling show with my wife. You have to go to a wrestling show with Melissa.
That's great.
Because she's one of the nicest people you ever meet, and then you put her in a wrestling ring by someone she doesn't like, and it's fantastic. Right. I honestly am kind of afraid of her being around Shauna too much.
Oh,
because Shauna Reed signed my shirt, she was mad.
Oh no!
So yeah,
she's mad.
Yeah,
she was mad.
But hey, if Cyrus is coming back, that means I can get another shirt.
There you go.
There you go.
He's gonna have to make a custom order just for you.
I'm cool. I'll bring a white T-shirt and some
stencils, glow pens. There you go. We'll do dude. You got to get him to do the whole Bob Ross segment.
Yeah, again, that was fantastic.
Dude.
Like you said, you put a mic in front of him,
you're done,
and the man's gonna kill anything that's put in front of him.
Yeah, it's like Eminem and freestyle, right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to battle Eminem. Nobody wants to give Cyrus Satin a mic because
Everyone-
if you do, it's over with, man.
Right.
Every time, man, he lights into you, and by the time you're done, you don't know if he likes you, hates you, or loves you.
See now,
You know?
going with my nerd thing. Everyone wants to give Batman so much credit because if he can plan everything, he can plan everything. Cyrus is Superman. Cyrus doesn't have to plan. He gets a mic, he knocks you out. He's set. He doesn't have to have some big convoluted thing. He just rolls with it.
Right.
And it's fantastic to watch.
Right.
He's amazing in the ring. He's amazing on the mic. And then it's great. I'm really excited that we can see him on Sunday now.
I can tell. I can definitely tell.
I can't help it. I'm a fan.
Yeah, there's
He's
nothing
probably
wrong with
my-
being a fan. Matter of fact, I tell you, I got a story to say right now before we go into legit wrestling questions. So we're waiting in line. We're not the first in line at the Kobo today, right?
Okay.
To meet Seth, And so we're in line, and there's this kid. Every year I see him. Every year I see him at the Kobo.
Okay.
And there's you get when you're wrestling and you're into stuff like this, and you go get autographs. You see a lot of the same people, right? So, anyways, big shout out to Glenn, by the way. Hello, Glenn, if you're out there. He's a promoter down in the city, but he hung out with us today. But anyways, excuse me. So this kid, he yells out a lot of the things that you hear or see at a wrestling show. Walk with Elias, and he was burn it down, and he was whatever. Ooh. And one of the guys in the crowd yelled at him. Somebody was telling him to shut up, and was ready to fist fight over it, dude. Well, turns out the guy wasn't a wrestling fan.
Then why are you in line?
He was there with his kid. And he didn't know that's how it was. And people had to set him straight. Like a bunch of people in line was like, dude, that's how this is.
Right.
This is how things are. You can't. To me, it's annoying, but I get it. The kid, he's a kid. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really like a young kid.
Forget a kid, I'd do that.
Right. But you get what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I defended him. I was like, dude, tell him to shut up, and I'll knock him out if you need me to. But that, and then that was that. But and then in the end of it all, we all became friends, and we all talked, and we ended up promoting other promotions and turning these people on to Blue Water Championship Wrestling and DSW and XICW and so on and so forth, to say, hey, listen, man, if you like wrestling and you like WWE, you'll like this too, and it's a whole lot cheaper.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because it's one thing to go, it's one thing to watch it on TV. It's one thing to watch it on TV with friends. It's a whole different trip to go to a WWE live event, because the last live event I got to go to was Hell in a Cell at the Little Caesars Arena, and I loved. We heard the Ric Flair woo, and you heard it go around, and then it came back around, and it came back around. And like the fourth time, I'm like, people are still doing it. And Melissa pointed out, I don't think it's a thing of like someone else starting it up. It's like the wave. It's going all the way around the building and coming back. And it's interesting to see thousands of people do that. But then indie shows are a whole different shebang, because if you get in a wrestler's face, they hear you. No matter how loud I scream at the TV, none of those guys hear me.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
I've been an Undertaker fan for most of my life. Right. He's never once said, "Oh man, Josh, you're a pretty cool person." But I just got that from Cyrus Satin.
Right.
I've gotten to see him in person. I've shaken his hand.
Right.
I've been in town walking around and bumped into him. It's a whole different shebang to do that. That's why I love the indie shows. I've been at KFC and saw BRD with his wife and kid, and I'm like, like he's a person. He's trying to enjoy dinner, and Melissa was holding me like, no. I'm like, I just want to no.
It's funny you say that, because he was at the last Raw that they did a taping for Raw here in Detroit during the holidays or whatever. He was there. And another one of the Rager viewers there, his name's Dan, or NWO Express in chat. He's not here today. They family stuff. But he was at Raw with his kid, and he's sitting across the aisle, and Billy Ray was up like 5 or 6 rows, and he took a picture and sent it to me. He's like, "Hey man, don't we know this guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's Billy Ray." And he's like, "Yeah, I went up and said hi to him." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, but he was like, yeah, dude, it was cool. You know, now I know a wrestler. He goes, I wouldn't have known him if it wasn't for you. So
Right, that's
that was pretty
awesome.
cool. You know, it's definitely good stuff. You know, I enjoy sitting down. I talk wrestling with Billy Ray quite often. Anytime me and Billy Ray get a chance, we talk wrestling. You know, I went to the last time Cyrus was in town.
Right.
Billy Ray, myself, and Billy Ray's kids went to Metro Pro Wrestling to see Billy Ray take on El Ridiculoso for the Cruiser Corps championship.
That'd be a good match.
Yeah, it was Pro Wrestling All Stars. Excuse me, it wasn't Metro Pro. It was Pro Wrestling All Stars. Excuse me, and we went down there for that, and the whole way down, that's Billy Ray and I just all wrestling the whole time, you know, one of the stories that I like to tell people is like before Billy Ray was actively in the ring and he wasn't approved to actually wrestle yet. Him and I sat next to each other for many Blue Water shows while he was still in training, and just talked about the wrestling that was going on in the ring and, you know, training and whatever on else. So it's one of those things. I enjoy talking with Billy Ray. Billy Ray is he's laid back. He's a cool guy, and if you treat him like a normal person, he'll treat you like a normal person.
Can't do that. He's a wrestler. I can't. Wrestlers aren't real people.
They're not real people.
Yeah.
That's funny.
They're
right.
a step above real people.
Oh, step above. All right, so we're going to go into some legit wrestling questions. Like I said, it was kind of a short... It really wasn't a short show, but to me, it's a short show. Does that make sense to you? Because all we did was... the interview was in there, so there wasn't a whole show of me and you just talking, right? So to me, it kind of like feels like a short show.
Yeah.
Right? So anyways... When we come back, legit wrestling questions. Remember, these legit wrestling questions are only about wrestling. They can be to both of us or one of us, but it has to be about wrestling. Here we go. When we come back. Wanting to go do something else. Squirrel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So legit wrestling questions. What do we got going on? Do we have any legit wrestling questions? How excited is Josh that Cyrus is coming back Sunday?
The most excited.
The most! I am absolutely the most excited.
I mean...
I'm always happy to see him back. Man.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I
get what he's saying. I get what he says, though, about how, like, when you're in an area for so long and then, like, you're from there and you just feel stuck.
Right.
You know, I get that. I totally get that, man. I've lived here my entire life and I felt stuck my entire life. So, kudos to that brother for getting the hell out of Dodge and doing what he needs to do. I think I owe like $2 now, but hey, whatever. You know, I'm getting the money out.
Right.
Kudos to him, man. For real, man. I really think that's cool because how many times have you from here? Because you're from here, right? You born and raised here?
Born and bred, I'll probably die here.
Yeah, you and I both. But how many times have we heard somebody with a dream or with something and they never really follow it? They
stay put.
Yeah, and they don't do anything with it.
They work at a factory for 13 years.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, we've all been there, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and this guy followed that dream. He dropped everything he had and he followed it. And there's a price to pay. You know, a lot of people don't know it, and I'm not going to talk about it, but there's a price to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have to be willing to accept that, and he is. And hey, hats off to that guy. And I will be proudly be able to say that I interviewed him before, you know, WWE or ROH or whatever it's going to be, because it's going to be something. What it is, I don't know, but it's going to happen.
He's on my list of people where I know for a fact it is going to be a thing of, hey, that person's in the Hall of Fame now. Well, I saw them back in a bingo hall. You know, every wrestler has that story of, oh, hey, I saw that person back in a bingo hall. Right. There are a few different people at BWCW, and I know for a fact I'm going to be able to tell that story someday.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Let's see here. Stupidest WWE storyline right now, and the best storyline in WWE right now. I guess I would have to watch more to know.
I do like what they're doing with Becky, Charlotte, and
So you like the
Ronda.
three-way idea?
I do, because, and that's, a lot of people are complaining, oh, well, they took Ronda out of the match. They did not take, they took Becky out of the match. They did not take Becky out of the match. It's going towards a three-way. Everybody knows it's going towards a three-way.
We knew it was going to be a three-way for a long time anyways. I mean,
Right.
that information was leaked long ago. You
Yeah.
know, and now it's, listen, I get both sides of it, right? I personally, I'm more interested in the storyline between just Becky Lynch and just Ronda Rousey. That's what I'm personally interested in. Once you establish that storyline, and once we establish this match, and we have the epic showdown,
Right.
then we can personally insert Charlotte into that, you know, and that could lead into something for next year's WrestleMania. I'm just more interested in the storyline between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey.
See, and I actually feel like and I've not said this much lately, but I feel like they did do that storyline correctly. They did the build-up with Becky going through all the hoops and hurdles that Becky had to go through, and then it's a thing of, okay, cool, I am going to fight Ronda Rousey. I'm going to fight someone that has been the UFC Bantamweight champion. I'm going to take that belt from you because you think you're the man. Well, I'm the man. And then the man inserted someone else into it. So now it's going to be even more of a thing of Becky fighting against the man, essentially becoming Stone Cold Steve Austin. But instead of stunning Vince, because I think even Vince knows I shouldn't be taking that many more stunners, she's going to have the proxy of stunning Charlotte.
Right.
So I think they're actually doing that pretty well.
I mean, hey, listen, it's an opinion, right? And
Right.
I don't agree. It's just that's the way I feel, and that's the way you feel.
And if we all agreed, it'd be boring.
You got that right. I'm just more interested in that storyline
Right.
between her, and that's just my personal interest. Like I said a few weeks ago, the whole reason why I even turned anything on was to watch what was going to happen with Becky Lynch.
Exactly.
It didn't have nothing to do with Charlotte Flair or Ronda Rousey. I want to know what was going on with Becky Lynch. And this whole thing of getting her, and the whole Stone Cold arresting, and that's amazing to me. That's awesome.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a female. That's what makes it even better.
It used to be, and I made this joke with my wife all the time, when I started getting her into wrestling. It was, okay, well, the women in wrestling, it's bathroom break time. You know, it's the women's match. I'm going to go get more chips. I'm going to go run to the bathroom.
Right.
I'll be back. And now it's like, oh, the men are on? I'm good. You know, let's turn the channel.
Isn't that amazing in WWE specifically? How the switch has flipped.
Complete and total.
You know, the women are putting on a clinic and the men are...
Right. It's really, really good for the women.
Right.
Because they are running the show.
They're really shining.
Every
they really
amazing moment that happens in a pay-per-view, it's the women that are doing it. Every amazing moment in an episode, the women are doing it. And then the men are just...
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Since we're on the subject of the women in WWE specifically... What's your thoughts on them taking the women's tag title match in the Elimination Chamber and putting it at the first match? What do you think? Do you think that that you always have to have a match in the beginning that's going to set the standard a little high, but do you think that was like kind of a smack in the face, or do you think that was just them trying to make the show better overall?
I understand why a lot of people feel that was a smack in the face. But I think, like you said, it was them trying to put their best foot forward first. Like, they wanted that bar to be, they wanted the bar to be set high. Yeah. And I'm sure people were backstage saying, hey, that's it. So the second match needs to be better than the first match. The third match needs to be better than the second match. Leading up to our final Elimination Chamber, this needs to get better every time. And they sent the women out there almost as a thing of, okay, well, this is what the girls did. What are you boys going to do? You know, are you going to let them show you again? And then they did. But I think that they still had pretty good... The men had pretty good matches, but the women...
I I am not for these. I'm not a big fan. I'm not high on these pay-per-views in between Royal Rumble and
You don't need two of them.
WrestleMania. I don't think you need either of them. To be perfectly honest with you, get rid of them both. Fastlane's kind of a fluff.
Yeah.
You know, and they're pointless storylines. They're pointless. They're not. You had Royal Rumble to determine who's going to be in the championship matches at WrestleMania. And then you have these insignificant storylines of somebody, Ronda Rousey, facing Ruby Riott. You knew she wasn't going to lose.
Right. Whoever's the champion at the end of Royal Rumble is the champ, unless there's an injury or you're arrested
a
or you're fired.
major something. Something had to happen.
No, if you're the champion at the end of Royal Rumble, you're the champion that goes into WrestleMania.
Right.
I kind of want to go back and look and see if there's ever been...
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, there might be one or two, but it's kind of like belts don't change hands at a house show.
Well, they have, though.
Right, one or two, and normally that is someone got arrested, someone failed a drug test. It's...
You know, if you're going to do an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view and you're going to do it between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, do an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Right.
Not an Elimination Chamber first match, a bunch of other matches, and then an Elimination Chamber main event.
Well, they've gone away from... Like, remember when Extreme Rules started, the whole thing was supposed to be every single match had a stipulation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, TLC. Every single match is supposed to have a stipulation. Night of Champions. Every single belt is going to be on the line. Oh, well, They make these rules... For these they make a pay-per-view with the rule, and then they continue it with only the name instead of doing what the pay-per-view was supposed to be for.
Right.
Like WrestleMania is a whole day now.
Yeah, it's a whole week now.
Yeah.
It's this, bro. It's all the money. A matter of fact, one of the things that when we were sitting and talking to these people we're talking about is, again, wrestling fans talk to other wrestling fans, and they talk to them in forums and other things online. And one of the guys we were talking to was saying that there was people selling and reselling VIP access passes for the week of WrestleMania for Seth Rollins. People are selling and paying upwards up to $700-800 for one pass. And this guy is telling him, he's like, yeah, I'm meeting him right now for $21.
That is...
Yeah, and people will pay that.
The amount that you spent for Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen, that makes me go, I don't know if I'd do that. But, like, Shawn
the Four Horsemen!
And even then, I'm still like,
oh my.
$700-800 for Seth Rollins? No. Not unless he's coming to my house and making me breakfast.
Sleeping with you at a Skibby's?
No, I'm talking like I want to wake up to a full, like, continental. I want pancakes. I want waffles, sausage, bacon, full shebang. Then maybe I'll pay that much.
And I always like it when Josh comes on the show. He's a comedian, I tell you. Good
but
guy.
the worst storyline that they're doing is whatever storyline they cook up to put Roman Reigns in the main event.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I don't want it. I'm tired of it. I'm glad he's healthy.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Still don't want to see him.
At least you're honest. I like that. I can't really tell you the bad storyline because I'll be perfectly honest with everybody. I don't watch the show actively. I just pay attention to matches and certain things that I find interesting.
WWE is sponsoring you, remember?
They're not sponsoring.
Well, I mean,
I'm affiliated.
Okay.
I'm affiliated.
But
which
you
means
still be like, dude, I watch it every day, every moment of it.
Which means they give me a link, and if you click it and buy something, I get a small fee. I get a small commission, like 1.6%.
Woo. Okay.
Yeah, like woo, right?
So if I go on and buy one of those $3,000 belts, you get like 16 cents from it.
Yeah, and don't buy one of those, by the way.
Oh no.
Since you mentioned it, there's a video online. And so the expensive one is the elite belt, right? And then you have
supposed to be like real rubies and everything.
Right, yeah. Which if there's a guy that did a video online where he did a comparison, and yeah, it looks really nice in the belt, the rubies and rhinestones shine and glisten and do all that stuff, but that is really the only difference. Like if you look at the belt, the naked eye, that's really the only difference. Maybe there's a difference in leather and whatever else, but
There is another difference. The knife that I would get if I bought a $3,000 wrestling belt.
from your wife or
Oh,
from
yeah.
your
$3,000 wrestling belt? No,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Oh,
That is the only possible way I could get that would have to be like, hey, babe, look at this $3,000 belt that I won. Oh, I won the lottery.
and I'm pretty much in the same boat.
And even then, I still think it'd be what did you just spend that much money for?
No, the match. What do you think about Kevin Owens taking Kofi Kingston's spot on Fastlane? I heard someone say something really ridiculous today, that Kofi Kingston isn't ready for a championship. I go, are you serious? Like, Kofi Kingston's been with WWE for quite a while now, and he is really good. And like,
He's one of the clip show moments.
if you give him an opportunity, he can capitalize on it. And I don't see how he's not deserving of a title.
Especially when you're saying SmackDown's supposed to be the land of opportunity. It's not necessarily the Brock Lesnar's or Roman Reigns, the big, huge, beefy guys that are getting the championships. You have Daniel Bryan. Before that, you had AJ Styles. The littler guys are the ones with the belts. And that's the only thing he's missing. The only thing Kofi's ever been missing has been mass. But whenever he has a match, he's one of the clip shows.
Yeah.
Every Royal Rumble, it's a thing of, well, what's Kofi going to do?
Right.
And the fact that there's a superstar where every Royal Rumble, people go, well, what's Kofi going to do? That is a main point of this pay-per-view at this point, is what's he going to do? How's he not ready for a championship?
Yeah, exactly.
Kids love him. He's amazing on the mic. He does amazing things in the ring. He's a clip show moment every time he gets in there. That's your champion.
Right.
Anyone that can, if he walks into Children's Hospital with the belt, that's the moments that you're putting on TV. If he's walking down the ramp and little kids are holding the New Day, which the New Day Championship belt would have to be the teal leather and pancakes and everything on
Made out of pancakes.
Yes.
By the way, hashtag sweaty nipple pancakes.
The individual buttons are pancakes with syrup on them, and they would bring that out, and it'd be $350, and kids would buy it.
Yeah, I guarantee
because
it.
kids love Kofi.
Yes, he does. Let's see. So, do you think? What do you think about Owens replacing Kofi in that match against Daniel Bryan?
The bad thing is, I don't see them giving the belt to Kofi. They might give the belt to Owens. So it's kind of a good thing Kofi's not in that match, just because they won't give the belt to him. So at least with Kevin Owens, it's a question of maybe they'll give him the belt. He's coming back from an injury. He's always but then it goes back to he's one of the bigger guys. That's more of the Raw Championship. That shouldn't be the SmackDown Championship.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. They're going to turn him face. So
right. I would love to see Kofi with the belt. I don't think it's going to happen. So Kevin Owens is a better fit for that match.
Right. Do you think they should gave the women's tag belts to throw together tag team instead of a real tag team?
No. If you're going to have an inaugural tag team championship, the tag team that wins it should have been a tag team with a name, should have been a tag team that has a combined entrance. They have their own music. It should have been a tag team that won it, not two superstars that are in a tag team.
Right. No. I'm waiting. I'm looking here. Cancel said that. And basically, hey, yo, we were talking about you earlier, NWO. But hello, thank you for coming on in and saying hello. You definitely catch that replay. But thanks so much for joining us tonight. So we are pretty much towards the end of we're here at the end of the show. My man Josh joined me tonight. On short notice, by the way. Yesterday, wasn't it? I messaged you?
Yeah.
Now, typically, I have Mr. Weir on before the Blue Water shows, but his wife is out of town, and he's on dog duty.
Hey, I was excited.
Yeah, so you're on. I appreciate coming on again. It's always a good time because, dude, you're freaking hilarious.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. No, dude, seriously, you crack me up every time. You're funny. You're hilarious. I love it, man.
I'm 14 minutes down the road. You could call me at 7:30, be like, "Hey, can you be here?" I'd knock on your door before you hung up.
Awesome. That's good stuff. So hey everybody. Like we were talking about when you seen Billy Ray at Raw, and that was a cool experience. That's the gentleman that's seen him. So hey, don't forget, if you haven't already, please give it a big thumbs up. Our boy Cyrus, give him a big thumbs up too. Go over to his Facebook, look up AquaBruh, AquaBruh, BRUH, Cyrus Satin. Give his Facebook a like. I do believe that he's got Twitter as well. I'm not sure what his handle on Twitter is, but I'm sure if you just search for Cyrus Satin or AquaBruh, you will find him.
I can't imagine there's that many.
No, it can't be. But go over there, and one of these days we can do that. I got to look at what's going on. But, make sure you do that. Head over there, give him a big, check out his stuff on Facebook, all his matches that he has down there in Florida with ACW and because there's a couple other organizations that he works for down there too. So make sure you check that out. And then he's got a buddy that I don't know if he lives with or they're roommates or something. His name's Alex or Alexander, and he's got a Facebook or a YouTube channel that he posts a lot of matches from ACW on as well. So give that check him out too. If you haven't, you make sure you let me know what shirt sizes you want me to order, and when the shirt comes in, you can pay me, and ta-da, right? There's that, and what else? Is that it?
Hey, be excited. Go see Cyrus on Sunday.
Yeah, go Blue Water Championship Wrestling. Get your tickets at the door if you don't have them already, and don't forget. What was it? Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Rasslin Rage. You can tell I'm tired, man. I got up at 8.
Well, I mean, you jumped out the car, came to the house. I'm kind of surprised you're not dancing right now. I've kind of been waiting for you just to kind of start moving in your seat a little bit. Like, we need to end the show now.
All right, guys. So thanks so much for joining us, and he is killing it in Florida. Thanks so much for joining us. See you next week, same time, same place, same crazy people. Right here on Rasslin Rage. Thanks for joining us again. You guys have a great night, and we will see you next week. They call me Cody, and this guy over here, what do we call you?
Josh.
Just Josh?
Not late for dinner. I missed my cue. Not late for dinner.
Darn it. So you guys have a great night, and we will see you next week.
We are the Death Road Army. Vehicle City Villain Aaron Orion. Black Diamond Jack Price.
The Wild Child Jody Threat.
And Weaponized Alex Weir. And you're watching Rasslin Rage live on Friday nights at 8 o'clock on YouTube.